I'm going to be starting some beef tallow today, and my husband has really badly cracked fingers, skin. His hands get really dry, and so we're going to put some comfrey in it. We're going to infuse that as well. We're going to make it into a really healing salve for him so that he can have not so painful and bleeding hands while he's at work. So first of all, I've got my Instapot right here, and that's what I'm going to use. Excuse my kids in the background. And then I've got beef fat that I got from a local butcher, and this is a local farm. They do really good beef, and the fat is really good as well. And so I'm basically just gonna empty it, stick it in here, and put it on my slow cooker setting for a long time. Now, I have done this wrong before by heating it up too hot, and you want to make sure that you keep it low and slow. Low and slow is the way the game goes. And this is still frozen, but that's okay. I'm just going to stick it in here and put my lid on. It's perfect size. That's fabulous. Okay, here's the front of my Instapot, and I'm literally going to put it on slow cook, and I'm going to put it for as high as it will go. Okay, so 20 hours, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to keep it on there. I am going to be checking it periodically, and basically 20 hours, it could go faster than that, it could go slower than that. It doesn't, the way that we know that it's ready is when all the little crispies inside are crispy and they're not squishy anymore. It's been about 2 hours, and so we're down to about 18 on here, and I have my comfrey roots that I have chopped up. These are from my garden. I harvested them earlier, like a month ago. So they've been drying and they're chopped and they're all ready to go. I am going to open this up. And it is not melted yet. Okay, so I don't want to put my herbs into the fat until it starts melting, so it's not quite ready yet, but it is loose. Do you see this, how the fat is loosened up? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it and kind of chop it up a little bit so that it speeds up this process a little bit more. New day. It sat all night, and I took all the big chunks that were still in it out, and I put it in a pan, a pot, and put it on top of the wood stove to keep simmering. There was a good amount of the fat already in there though, liquid, and so I put all my comfrey roots in there, and I just put some chickweed in and some calendula flowers, and I'm just going to stir that in. There's still a couple of fat chunks in here, and that's okay. And I'm just gonna, it's been about 24 hours since I started it. And then as I get more of the fat or the tallow, I'm going to continue to add it to this pot. But right now I really just want to get these herbs simmering because the longer that they simmer and the longer that they heat and infuse into this tallow, the more medicinal this balm is going to be. And so we got the chickweed, we got the calendula, and we got the comfrey roots and a couple of chunks of fat. Okay, so I put this back onto 20, and I'm going to let this just sit all night, and I'm going to keep adding to it as I get more from the other pot. So I've got some some roots drying right here. I got some yellow dock, some dandelion, and then this is the fat, and that is still simmering in here. I'm getting little I'm straining off a bit every hour or so. Okay, so it's been sitting for over a day. We're gonna go do some stuff, but I have gotten all the big chunks out and then put them on the wood stove and poured them back in as they melted. And so the dog is eating all the crispy stuff. This is a root. I'm gonna let this sit for maybe 5 or 6 more hours, and then we're gonna start straining it out. At this point, I had simmered this or just let it cook in the Instapot for about 3 days total at this point. So here I'm pouring it through my largest strainer, getting out the biggest chunks, and I'm going to dispose of those. And I'm really just trying to get as much of the oil out as possible. And so I'm going to let that really just kind of hang out for a second. All the drippings will come through and down. After a couple hours, shake that out just a little bit. And then I do push down on the herbs just a little bit extra with my spoon. There's still a lot of grit in there, if you can see. So I pour it through a smaller strainer now. And I know it's going back in the dirty thing, but the next thing I do is going to be an extra small strainer. So it's going to get all that stuff, but it doesn't have the really big chunks that it had before. So I don't need that extra big one anymore. So here's my super small one. And as it goes through, it's catching all the little tiny pieces that was still left. And this is like my smallest strainer. This is the one that really gets all the good stuff out. Now this part's a little scary, but I put water into it because in the Instapot there was condensation and there is going to be some water buildup. So you can't have water in a salve like this. So I put it in the fridge after adding a bunch of water, and that separates. So all the water is going underneath the salve. So I poke a couple holes in it, one for air and then the other one to drain. And after this is hardened and separated with the oil on top and then the water underneath, then you can see also all the little pieces that were still left are going to sink to the bottom as well into the water. But that little strainer I had did really good at getting out pretty much everything. That is some really clean water right there. Just a couple little pieces. Okay, so now that all the water's out, I chunk it up, put it on a double boiler on the stove, and we are going to melt it down again. And I'm going to let it cook for a little bit. As it melts, I'm going to put some castor oil in it just because castor oil is great for healing, some frankincense because that's really good for nerve pain, some citrus burst just because it's really smelly good, and then lavender is good for healing as well. And I just put in about 1 part castor oil to 4 parts of the rest of the oil that I'm using here, the tallow. And the essential oils, I'm going to add those in too. And I'm just kind of playing it by ear, seeing how it smells, adding more if I don't like the smell still, if I want it to smell more. But I'm pretty liberal with them. And so this is the point where you're adding the extra oils. The tallow solidifies really, really nicely. And I want it to be a softer salve. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm adding the castor oil. Also, castor oil is incredibly healing. And so we've got the tallow, which is healing. We've got the castor oil that is healing. The essential oils heal and help with pain and nerves. And the citrus is just really because I like that smell a lot. And I'm not a huge fan of the tallow smell. Okay, so now it's time to put them into the jars. And I had it on the stove long enough where if there was any little bit left of moisture, of water, it definitely evaporated out. And so this is just pure oils and herbs. Really, really beautiful. Excuse my spilling. I'm not the best at this. I always make a little bit of a mess. Here we go. I love these jars. And yeah, I definitely made a mess, so I gotta wipe some of that off. It is what it is. Okay, and then with the next ones, I just ladle it in because they're so shallow. I just don't trust myself. And this way I can know that I'm getting the same amount in each container as well. So I'm making sure that I stir this mixture as I'm spooning it into the different containers so that everything stays well mixed. And then I'm going to leave these uncapped on the table for a while until they fully set. Because again, if I put the lids on, it's going to create moisture, and the enemy of any salve is going to be water. And so I don't want any condensation building up. I want them to dry fully, solidify, and here is the end result. Absolutely beautiful. Now, my husband used this for a week, and all the bleeding, cracked fingers stopped, and his fingers are like super smooth now. I had to come out to my car because it's pretty loud in the house right now, and it's super windy outside. So this is like the only place I have that's kind of quiet so I can finish this video. But like I was saying, my husband used this, and now his fingers are super soft and there's no more cracks. They're healed completely. And I gave it to him like a week ago. And so it just took 1 week for him to have completely healed fingers from what they were before, and they were really bad. They were really, really bad. I also gave some of this to my mother, who is just getting out of surgery. And so she has like a 6 long inch incision on her back that they have sewn up, and it needs to stay clean, but it also needs to heal. And so I'm going to give this to her, and this is going to do a really good job of healing that. As long as the area stays very clean, this is going to heal her up in a really beautiful, rapid way. Another thing, my mother-in-law, she recently fell and she bruised her ribs. And this is a great salve for that, because Comfrey is really, really well known for helping with bruises, knitting together tissue, and then healing any bones that might have any strain or breaks or fractures or anything like that. So this salve is great for everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions about it, just let me know in the comments below. If you guys need any herbal supplies, like you want to make your own comfrey salve and maybe not make it out of tallow, maybe make it in coconut oil or something like that, but you want the comfrey root, you can order all your herbal products, including canisters and stuff like that, from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I have a link for them below. They are by far my favorite place to get herbs, and that is where I've only gotten herbs for the past 16 years. So I'm super excited to be affiliated with them. They're really wonderful. Their products are super high quality. And if you want to make some salves or tinctures or anything herbal, they're definitely the place that you'd want to go to in order to get that stuff. So check out the link below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you learn something about making salves. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.